Good morning. It's Harvey Jackson. Just going to go over the crazy news last night with China retaliating over the Canadian EV tariffs. They're going to the trade or World Trade Organization and with a complaint about the anti-dumping, but everybody knows that it's probably a response to the EV tariffs. Um, as you can see here, that there's some reaction to prices, and you can see that we actually had a severe decrease in price. $45 a limit. Here's what the imports versus the total purchases, and it does make up like 95% of them. But you can see that other years are a lot lower. Last year was quite high, and we'll see how this coming year plays out as well. We've got some older data. Um, Thoughts are that China could buy larger volumes from Australia if restrictions on the Australian canola are eased. They have a blackleg issue over there that has caused some restriction to buy Australian product, but we'll see if that gets lifted. Um, as you can see here, this is just a snapshot from bar chart and explaining what the trading range is, and it is $45 a ton. And if it stays locked limit uh, uh, during this trading session, tomorrow will be $83 a ton. Hopefully, we can find some ground there before anything crazy like that actually happens. Here's the actual rapeseed, and it's priced in Chinese renminbi, and it's been fairly steady going down with no recovery like we've seen in our canola. And here's your rapeseed meal. The Reuters posted that there was a recovery. I don't see it here. I don't think the exchange has maybe not pushed the information up to bar chart. It's quite possible. So here's your Chinese canola imports, and this is just going all the way back to 2010. So they are a significant buyer of canola or canola-like products. You can see here who's the imports or who kind of dominates the imports, and you can see European Union, then China, and then Japan um, has the largest imports, and some of that with the European Union. It could be within their countries there as well, but China makes up the second most of the canola slash rapeseed product. And here's your overall imports of the global. And what you can see here is European Union makes up the large or majority of the time they're the largest importer, and then China, and then Japan, and then your Mexico and United Emirates. So if you look at where those numbers are, it's not that significant as far as they kind of stay fairly flat. But what I can say, what we have experienced in Canada is we've lost these two over to some of the Australian. About half of what we normally would get has in the last couple of years, or since our drought, has been taken up by Australia. So it's just if you just keep in mind that there's going to be everybody competing to be able to get that same kind of product there. So you can see here, Canada is the largest exporter, and then Australia at 4.5, Ukraine. This is expected again, and then these are the other players. So if China's looking for a partner, there's one here and one here. And then will it make up all of their products? Remember, I just mentioned that China or Japan and Mexico supply half of what we used to from Canada going to Australia, so maybe we'll win that back. As you can see here, Canada is the largest exporter, and then Australia, and then Ukraine, and it shows the same on the previous one. So here's how's the canola traded in the minute chart basically, and basically flatlined here at $45 down from the day or from the beginning of the day. Here's what it looks like on a daily chart. So you got a long leg here that's just down. If you notice here, we've created a gap on the European rapeseed and lower as well. So somebody's going to get this, take the brunt of it, and so far Canada is taking the brunt because the probe is towards Canada, but it's actually taking other oil seeds down with it as well. Soybean oil down pretty sharply as well, down 1.3 cents. Soybeans really no effect at all on the seed itself. Palm oil down, but trading almost flat to yesterday as well. Crude oil, which is related, but at the same time, it's had a downward trend, and we're getting closer to the bottom end of this trend here. We'll be hopeful that it can continue. Canadian dollar actually has had a big um, it's retraced some down. Now we're 73.8, so we'll see how that continues. Here's your wheat. Wheat's actually had a bit of an uptrend of the two major crops in Western Canada. That one is actually maybe gaining some support yet. Canola had been going up until this news. Hard red winter, a little bit of support here as well, but we need a little bit more strength in there as well. Corn trading right around that $4 mark. Need it to continue to trade at, and then that'd be, you look at other Fibonacci retracement values above this. And that's all I have for you today.